Hello. So now I'm going to go take you through the whole process of the teacher setting up the CBT questions and also the CBT dashboard where students can log in to take their CBT. All right, so this is the area or the login page for the teacher to log into their dashboard in order for them to do a lot of things. And one of those things is setting up the CBT. So let's log in. Like I've created some sample data. So let's log in into the teacher's dashboard. So as soon as the teacher enters their details there, their credentials there, they'll come down here to manage CBT. All right, so they'll click on manage CBT. So they'll go ahead to select the session and also the term and also the class. This very teacher manages or teaches two classes, but let's go on to nursery 2 and also the the subject that you want to set up. So let's go with Christian religious knowledge or studies rather. Then you click load questions. So when you come down here, you see different uh, settings here for managing the tests. So what you need to do now is normally you leave this side alone first. You go down here and set your question. When you done setting your question, you come back here and set this very one. The duration is the time that you want the whole text to take. The start time is when they are starting and the end time is when they are ending. But before we actually conclude this part, let's go and log in to the students um, CBT dashboard because I want to show you something there. So the student logs in with admission number. Let's say for example, this is an admission number, it's a demo data also. And you come here, select the class. So the next is you select the date of birth. Okay, you can actually type it or you click on this calendar button here and you go ahead to click here and select. Okay, different browsers shows different date format, like the date display here, they show different things. So let's go ahead and choose August. Let's choose 2021 and let's come here and say 22. So we'll now click on login. You see that this is the dashboard. It's welcoming the student and the class, the exam number is being displayed here. So this is for that class I actually set up two subjects, Christian religious studies and creative arts or coloring. But now none of them is scheduled. That's why I say let's log in here first. Not scheduled, not yet active, not scheduled, not yet active. So when we go ahead and schedule the test, you see that you see the date and the time showing here. Then the not yet active is when the time comes. This it will not be active until that particular time that you set for the test. All right, is until you are in that period. That's when it will become active. That's when the student can actually take the test. So let's go back to the teacher's platform. So let's go ahead and set, let's say, a sample question. Let's set the first book of the Bible is question mark. Let's say A, give the options: Genesis, all right, B, Exodus, C, Numbers, sorry, Numbers, then D, option D, Deuteronomy. All right, so then the next thing, correct answer, you come here and choose the correct answer. Is it A, is it B, is it C, is it D? So the answer here is A, so go ahead and click A. Then these points for correct answer, how many for one question? How many mark like are you attaching to one question? Is it one per question? Let's assume it's one per question. Okay, Then you come here. If you notice CBT existing CBT question, nothing is here. Okay, so when we come here and click add question, click the button, you see that question added successfully. At this point, if you go down, you see the question. This is how the teacher sees. Okay, correct answer is A. This is the question. This these are the options and all that. If you still want to edit, you go here, click on edit, and you edit that particular question. So the next thing here, we come here. What time do we want to set for our test? Let's say we want to set um 4 minutes for the test. Then we'll come to start time. We'll choose, click on the calendar. Okay, today is 19th. All right, I can go ahead and do, what's the time? 10:03. Okay, let's do 10:07. Let's do 10:07. All right, PM. Okay, you choose whether AM or PM. So you choose, if it's AM, you choose AM. When are we ending it? Let's choose 10 oh 10:10. All right, and PM. So when you're done selecting all those things, you click here, update. You see CBT settings saved successfully. So now let's go to the student session. This one is what the student will see now. I'm doing everything on the same laptop, on the same system, but this is what the students will see. You see, after the login now, this is what we did before. So let's go ahead and refresh. Okay. You see now that this has changed. Christian religious studies is now, let's say, inactive, but because the time is not yet here, it is still 10:04. All right, and we scheduled for September 19th 2025 at 10:07 p.m. Okay, and it's from 10:07 to 10:10. All right, on the same day. So now you see that this point is not yet active because this time is, we are not yet in this time 10:07. If you check the time is 10:05. All right, so in the next 2 minutes the text will be active. This inactive will change, okay, to be active, and we can go ahead to take the text. If you check this other one, the creative arts or coloring, you see that since we've not set anything on it, it's still on not scheduled and not yet active. If I go ahead and refresh, you see that it's still the same way. Okay, so let's wait. This is 10:05 for now. Okay, let's wait till 10:07. Now, while we are waiting, let's go back the uh, to the teacher's dashboard. So, if you set more than one question, all the questions will be listed at this point at the bottom of it. Okay, all the questions will be listed there. And if you want to set for the next question, you can come here, or maybe next question for Christian religious studies. After this one is set, you can come here again, add another one. Okay, but since that one is active and is running already, before we say we add another one, we'll see that the time will be, now we're in 10:06. Okay, we'll enter into the time. So I will not go on to adding any other question anymore for now. But if you still want to set for another one, you can come here and select, go to creative ads and click on load questions. All right, that's what you do to select the other one to work with. So now this is 10:06. I'll go ahead and go back to the students. You see it's 10:07 now. So let me refresh the page. See, as soon as I refresh the page, you see that we have active. Test is now active. So we can come here and click on start test. As soon as I click on start test, you see that the CBT has been loaded already. So this is the question. The first book of the Bible is. Now, what you need to know, look at the time is 3 minutes. Okay, that we said. Now the 3 minutes is counting down already. Now what you see, the student will see is the number, the question, the number to the question. If we have 10 questions, so the first question here, I'm going to be seeing question 1 of 10. All right. If we have 5 questions, it's the question 1 of 5. So when you answer this and you go on with clicking the submit, if we have more than one question, actually it's not going to be submit. You're going to see something like next. Okay, but at the end of everything you see submit test. All right, you click. But after selecting the answer, let's say you select, you click on the answer here, you now click on the next, click on the answer, click on next, and when it gets to the last question, you see submit test, meaning you should submit the whole of your test. All right, so another thing that we need to know, this time that is counting down here, if the student refuse to choose any answer before it finish counting down, it will submit, the test will submit itself. All right, and if the student goes ahead, say to pick A as the answer, and the student maybe doesn't even know how to submit, for example, or the student maybe gets or get distracted in a way or something, anything, any cause at all, the test, when the time is done counting down, the test will now automatically submit itself, but picking that answer that the student gave as an answer. All right, even if the student didn't click on submit test. All right, but it's advisable they go through everything, and if the student chooses a wrong answer and the test automatically submits, all right, the student will not get any question or that question right correctly. But let me go and click on Genesis, and I'll come back here and click on submit test. So you see confirm test submission. You say, are you sure you want to submit your test? You will not be able to make any changes after submission. I'll go ahead and click on yes. See, now you say your test has been submitted successfully. So the student will go ahead to click OK. Now, if you come back here, you see that this indicator has been changed to completed. Let's say the student say, let me still go back to the test, and goes ahead to click on start test like this. You see that this will come up. You say you have already completed the Christian Religious Studies CBT for this term. All right. So it means the student cannot take one test twice. So that is what it means. So basically, when the student is done, he or she can log out by clicking this button, and that's it. So that's how the CBT actually works. Thank you.